This is the journey to one Africa. Everybody, this is Mika. Welcome back to SNOA, and let's get right into it. Guys, if you're new to this family, please subscribe, turn on the notification button, but you can also follow me on social media. All the links are in the description. Also, if you feel like you'd like to support the work we're doing, please, you can join PayPal, Patreon, and membership here on YouTube. The links are in the description. It has been a moment, and as you all know that I'm outside of the continent for work. And but I'm still trying my best to give you guys updates on what is happening in Africa. So today I'm going to do a little bit of recap of the summit of 2024, a forum between China and Africa Cooperation, FOCAC, that is actually happening in Beijing. These are a few things that has happened actually throughout this conference. If you have not got a time to watch to see what is happening, I'm going to give you a couple points for you to stand with, and perhaps you'll understand what is happening. It's just a short summary. The first thing is diplomatic and economics. The summit has been described as a complete success by Chinese foreign ministers Wang Yi, highlighting the adoption of the Beijing Declaration and the action plan, which outlined the future of China-Africa relations. This document likely detailed commitments to cooperation in various fields, including industries, agriculture, infrastructure, trade, and investment, aligning with China's Belt and Road Initiative and broader global development model. The second thing is financial and trade initiatives. President Xi Jinping announced that China will prioritize zero tariff treatment for 100% of tariff lines for at least developed countries, I don't like that name, that have diplomatic relations with China. This move aims to boost trade between China and these African nations. Additionally, there have been commitments to financial support through specific on amounts or mechanism weren't detailed in the post. Strategic and development, point number 3. Partnership. President Xi proposed 10 partnership action to be implemented over the next 3 years, focusing on development, cooperation, health, agriculture, cultural exchanges, and green development. This indicates a comprehensive approach to deepening ties beyond just economic cooperation into areas like healthy and environmental sustainability. Point number 4, political and strategic alignment. The summit underscores China's strategy to enhance its influence in Africa, positioning itself as a significant partner against the backdrop of global geopolitical shifts, particularly in challenging the US-led global order. This includes support in areas like governance, modernization, and international representation, suggestions a long-term vision of strategic partnership. And the last point is global development and security. Discussion included China's readiness to share governance expertise, supporting modernization efforts in Africa, and aligning with global development initiatives like the Sustainable Development Goals. This reflects a broader ambition to lead in global development narratives. The summit outcome reflects China's multifaceted approach to its relationship with Africa, encompassing economic, political, and strategic dimensions, aiming to foster a community with a shared future for both regions. This engagement is not only about immediate economic benefits, but also about long-term strategic position in global affairs. All right, guys, so that is a little bit of recap of the summit that has been happening in Beijing, China. And first and foremost, before I start sharing my thoughts, I want to know from you guys, if you follow along what is happening in Beijing, China, please let us know in the comment section. What do you think is going on? I mean, when you're talking about the partnership between China and Africa, do you think this partnership is beneficial to Africa, or do you think this partnership is not good for the continent of Africa? Let me know in the comment section. And also, if you've been following along, also let me know, guys, what do you think about what actually the president of China, Xi Jinping, he said. Actually, this is one of the things that I share with you, that Xi Jinping pledged over 50 billion in financial aid to Africa to deepen ties. Chinese president, he pledged to do that, to support over 3 years, exceeding a previous commitment of 40 billion during a speech on Thursday. She stated China is prepared to deepen cooperation with Africa in various sectors, aiming for high-quality belt and road initiative and promoting 30 connectivity projects. Additionally, she announced 280 million in aid to African countries for military and food assistance, emphasizing China's strategic relations with Africa. All right, guys. So I'll just give you my personal opinion, guys. I know Africa and leaders and pretty much most of Africans, we love money. And when I'm talking about, I said we love money. Everybody, of course, love money. But what I'm sharing here is about loving and is a handout. Like, for instance, the money that China is pledging to give to Africa. So the thing is, to be realistically, is that you cannot stop people giving you money. People will give you money. But what we always don't see is what is behind the scene of that money. You know what I'm saying? This money that Africa is receiving, this money that she is going to give 50 billion, I don't know. It doesn't show that if it's a loan. It doesn't show if it is just a handout. It doesn't show nothing. But if it is, we know that there's no clear money that is being given to Africa for free. There's always an outcome. There's always something that you have to be done. And something that is really saddening my heart is that most of the time the conditions of this money is not good at all. I'm saying this based on the data that are out there. Guys, you can search right now the depth of Nigeria's economy, the depth of Kenya's economy, the depth of Tanzania. You can name it, Ethiopia. You can name any country in Africa, and you can see how much we owe debt with China. I did not even mention United States or other countries, but all this money, in one way or another, we are going to pay it back. How are we going to pay it back? We don't know it yet. Probably our kids in the next generation will spend their entire life working so hard in order to pay for this money that today we are taking it away from them. I'm not against the relationship that Africa is forming with different nations. You guys, you know my stand. I think relationship is very important with all the countries out there. But the priority of our economy, the first step of our economy, it should be us. We should be the one dealing with our issues even before we receive a handout from somebody else. It is possible to do that because the two issues Africa is facing, according to JPM Magufuli, RAP, rest in peace, is that mismanagement of the resources and misuse of public funds. These are two things that kept Africa poor for years. So if we manage to manage well our resources and use well, not misuse the public money, then Africa is not going to be the place it is today. Yes, it's exciting having these forums. It's exciting planning. It's exciting writing. But let me tell you this. These guys are very serious with their plans. They're very keen with their plan. Unlikely us. Because all these leaders going there to have this summit to talk about the relationship between China and Africa. Let me tell you, China is not a continent. China is a country, but Africa is a continent. And we've seen this all the time. Only in the continent of Africa, all the leaders, 54 different presidents, will be called in France with Emmanuel Macron, be called in the United States with Joe Biden, or in China with Xi Jinping, or in Russia with Putin, or any other country out there, Korea, Japan, any other country. All 54 different presidents will be called to sit down with a single country to discuss about the country and the continent relationship. And this is really sad because we don't know our position. Actually, they treat us as a single country, but we ourselves, we don't treat ourselves as a single country. That is a sad thing. It's a time to change that. We say this all the time in this forum. You don't need 54 different presidents to go. This project, these deals, they should be aligned with the African Union. They should be aligned with the with the Union of Africa, between the continent and the country. That okay, we have here China. The matter of fact, this forum, it should be like, okay, Africa is one Africa calling this, whatever this forum, and then you invite China, you invite United States, you invite Russia, you invite all these different countries, then you sit there, you invite this continent, you hear what deals do they have, what deals do they want to make. If you like one, then you go with them. If you don't like, you don't go with them. You have nothing to lose. Africa, we cannot keep depending on the outside. I'm saying this because I know my people who are being mistreated in China every single time, and these are kind of things that we don't talk about them, we don't implement them, we don't raise them in these forums. What about our people who are being mistreated all the time there? And there are people, they come to our continent and they're being treated as the kings and queens. Until when are we going to continue to see these things? And there's no accountability, zero accountability of the action that these people are doing towards us. All right, I'm not creating rage against anyone, but what I'm saying is that Africa, we should know our position. We're not in the position to beg. We're not in the position to be summoned. We are in the position to make our commitment and our deals, and then accept or reject anyone who wants to be with us or don't want to be with us. It's simple as that. Only in the corner of Africa, we're the one who we are all over the place. All over the place. So as much as there's so many good things that have happened in this summit, but my concern is that Africa, we are constantly and always on the side of being helped. That's why the world will never stop looking at us as poor. That's why the world will never stop looking down at Africa. Right? Because of what we do constantly and all the time. So guys, let me know in the comment section. I'm always really, I want to be very critical with this, because I think it's very important to be critical. And you guys let me know your thoughts as well. These are just my personal opinion, my personal thoughts, which I think, everybody is allowed to have personal opinion, personal thoughts. But one thing that I will end up with, it's very important to have the unity of Africa as soon as possible. Instead of running here and there across the world, we should sit down and discuss on how can we unite our people and our continent as soon as possible, so that we may never and we may not continue to lose what we are losing right now. So guys, let me know in the comment section your thoughts on this summit in China, in Beijing, China. Let me know in the comment section, and it's gonna be amazing. I appreciate you guys. Until next time, don't forget to love one another and spread peace and love wherever you are. Let me know in the comment section, guys.